So this is our friend here called Rhynchotherium. This is a cast of the real skull that we have on display in the museum. Now this is an example of, his name is Rhynchotherium, but these types of elephants are more closely related to mastodons. So they weren't as tall as these mammoths, and they were more distantly related to elephants. So they're kind of like the second or third cousins of the elephants. And these guys were a little bit different, mostly in their teeth. So a mammoth skull would look very similar, where they have a really, really large skull, and this opening right here is where the trunk would come out. So you might think this is where the eyes go. This is actually where the trunk would have come out. So right here in the middle of the skull, so that's where their nostrils are. Their eyes would be over to the side. So their eyes are on the side of their head, kind of pointing forward, a little bit similar to ours, but more off to the side. And you can see that Rhynchotherium here had tusks on the top, but what's really neat about Rhynchotherium is he also had tusks on the bottom. This is his jaw, just like our elephant jaw that we just saw. So he's a little bit different from the elephant in both the shape and the structure of their teeth, but they also have tusks on the bottom too. And the use of those tusks is still kind of under debate. Some people think it was for show, other people think it might have been for fighting. Who knows? Some of them had really interesting shaped jaws with scoops on the bottom. There's a lot of really cool versions of these guys. They're called gomphotheres. They're related to mastodons. So these really unique elephants that lived in a time called the Miocene and the Pliocene. So this was like about 15 to like 5 million years ago that these guys were living here. And I have a cast of a mastodon tooth to kind of show you up close the difference between a mammoth tooth and a mastodon tooth. So in my opinion, I think mastodon teeth almost look closer to our molars. They don't have those loop ridges on them as much. They had kind of cusps like we do on our molars. So their teeth are very different, and that's one of the main ways to tell them apart.